Look at this picture. A classroom built for 20 students, but 50 are cramped inside. It's hot, it's noisy, and no one can breathe. Now, imagine you can't leave. The same thing happens in the animal world, but in silence with no way out. Good morning, valued adjudicators, parents, and friends. This presentation will explore the research titled Awareness of Singaporeans and Indonesians Toward the Effects of Varying Densities of Otter in a Zoo Habitat. It's not just about otters. It's about what their living conditions reveal about how we treat animals in captivity and how we value conservation. This topic connects to two of the 15 Sustainable Development Goals, which are life below water and life on land. Otters, especially the Asian small-clawed otters, are classified as vulnerable by the IUCN. They're the top predators in aquatic ecosystem and also act as bioindicator. If otters are stressed or unhealthy, it signals a wider environmental problems. Both Singapore Zoo and Surabaya Zoo house them, but under different conditions. Singapore's enclosures are spacious and cleaner, while Surabaya's are smaller, sometimes crowded with less hygiene. Understanding otter density is key to improving their health and well-being while promoting a better conservation and zoo management. When otter populations become too dense, competition for resources increases. Xiang explained that less competitive species can be pushed out, altering the balance of the ecosystem. Overcrowding also increases the spread of disease, which affects not only the otter itself, but also the wider environment. After reviewing previous research, one question still remained. Why does Singapore Zoo appear to have a greater care compared to other zoos, especially the Surabaya Zoo? This led to the main research question, which is, how do Singaporeans and Indonesians perceive the effects of varying densities of otters in a zoo habitat? To find out, a mixed method approach was used, which is questionnaire shared through Google Forms and also printed copies with 40 respondents from Singapore and also 40 respondents from Surabaya. An interview with one expert from each country, which is Ms. Trisha from Singapore Zoo and Dr. Glenn from Surabaya Zoo. This gave both quantitative and qualitative insights to strengthen the research findings. After covering the background and methods, let's look at what the research revealed. The data are analyzed descriptively using the mean to show the overall trend in the respondents' perceptions as it shows a clear result. Let's begin with a striking contrast. The animal enclosures at the zoo are significantly larger than those at other zoos in Asia. So, what did people think? Singaporeans rated it at a mean of 2.9, which sits between disagree and agree, suggesting that they see their zoo's enclosures as larger. Meanwhile, Indonesians gave a lower mean of 2.2, leaning more toward to disagree, showing that Surabaya Zoo's enclosures are viewed as smaller. Ms. Trisha explained that their team uses the standard evaluation metrics to assess their habitat quality, while the Surabaya Zoo applies the 5 domain of animals' welfare, though with some challenges faced. As Pale and Laura emphasized in their studies, that aggregate space is not just about size, but it directly affects an animal's overall welfare. Now that we've seen how space plays a role, let's look at what actually happens inside those spaces, especially when too many otters share one. The next question asks, to what extent do you agree that high population densities of otters in the same habitat affect their health and well-being? Singapore and Surabaya scored the same mean of 3.3 between agree and strongly agree, showing that people clearly recognize the impact of overcrowding. The Singapore experts shared that otters are relocated to reduce stress, while in Surabaya, limited relocation causes overcrowding and overbreeding. If population density creates the problem, then management is the solution. The survey asked, how much should zoos prioritize managing otter populations for long-term health? Singapore scored a mean of 3.6 and Surabaya 3.5, showing most respondents see population management as a top priority. Satisfaction with otter management still shows challenges, as Saul noted that a strong management and awareness improve welfare. Singapore Zoos uses educational shows like otters disposing of trash, proving that good management plus education can inspire people and protect animals. Good management matters, but so does the habitat itself, how it feels and how it functions. The question asks, How would you rate the overall living conditions of otters related to their densities in the same habitat? Singapore scored 3.1, showing respondents understand how density affects welfare. Taura explained that good management, like giving enough space, let otters behave naturally. Ms. Trisha also shared that Singapore's habitats are designed to be spacious and close to nature. Surabaya scored a mean of 2.7, reflecting a poorer conditions, as Dr. Glenn explained that uncontrolled breeding are very common to happen in the Surabaya Zoo. Of course, even the best habitat needs proper care to thrive. The next question asks, how satisfied are you with the overall cleanliness and maintenance of the zoo, especially around the animals' enclosures? Singapore scored 3.3 and Surabaya 2.8, showing respondents value that clean habitats are essential for otters, as Taura and Pali noted. Cleanliness also lowers stress and disease with habitat quality depending on their design and management. Ms. Trisha explained that Singapore Zoo conducts daily checks through both keepers and the nutrition center by the vet, and Surabaya Zoo also carries out similar routines by the vet and also the zookeepers. Finally, let's tie everything together. After looking at the space, population, management, and maintenance, how do people view the balance between habitat and population overall? Singapore scored 3, showing a moderate agreement that larger habitats benefit others. Surabaya scored 2.3, reflecting awareness of the challenges in smaller or crowded spaces. Hussein noted that larger habitats ease stress and support natural behavior. Ms. Trisha and Dr. Glenn also added that proper space and groupings may also reduce aggression. Bringing the findings together, it's clear that both Singapore and Surabaya Zoo share similar goal, which is to ensure a better welfare for the otters' lives, but through different paths. Singaporean shows higher awareness and satisfaction supported by the structured management and standard evaluation metrics. Indonesians, on the other hand, shows moderate awareness along with concerns about smaller enclosures and management challenges, such as unplanned breeding. Both countries agree that overcrowding harms welfare, leading to stress, aggressions, and health problems. While Singapore Zoo practices proactive health management with daily checks, enrichment, and education, Surabaya Zoo follows welfare principle but still faces issues like uncontrolled breeding that leads to overpopulation. Yet, both zoos still continue striving for healthier and a more balanced animal lives. So, after knowing all this, the next question is, what can be done to create a real change? First is to strengthen public education and understanding. Too often, zoos are viewed as just a place for entertainment, but there's so much more than that. They're for learning, for conservation, and for care. Greater awareness pushes zoos to provide safer, better environment for animals. Second is to strengthen global collaboration between zoos. When zoos share knowledge, research, and standards like the standard evaluation metrics used in Singapore, this standard will help ensure animals all around the world to enjoy the same good quality of care. And lastly is to enhance population and health management. To prevent overpopulation, especially in Indonesia, zoos must plan breeding carefully, group animals by behavior, and run regular health checks. These steady but simple actions reduce aggression, control population, and protect the species' long-term survival. These findings are backed by the references shown here. In the end, this research isn't just about otters. This reminds us that awareness is not just about knowing. It's not just about understanding or even feeling sympathy. It's about caring and taking meaningful actions. As Proverbs 12% says, the righteous care for the needs of their animals, but the kindest acts of the wicked are cruel. Because when people understand, they inspire change, creating better zoos, healthier animals, and a kinder world for all living beings. Thank you and God bless.